Amazing magic card. Okay. And these both players are both with 2-0 records. I definitely think we should try and get Kieran on next round.
Edward is on the black die.
Okay, thank you.
I found that out. You want to give us deck lists? Or?
Yeah, I'm just making sure everything they're all in line. Cool.
Yeah, they're fine, thank you. Okay.
Spooky Skeletons Tribal. I highly doubt that.
Okay.
I think round has started.
I think the round has started. Let's start the clock. You got it? Yep.
Excellent.
We didn't screw up this time.
Woo! Not this time. Maybe later.
Modern ley lines. Like you have to play Starfield of Nyx to make that work, and you don't get
Half the
Sarah Sanctum. It's not a thing. Alright, let's see the spicy list. If it's disappointing, we'll...
Ed Balls is the spicy list. Ed Ball.
Okay. It's Bank Coco.
Okay.
But not as we know it. It's got like Fiend Hunter, Geist of St. Charles, Spell Queller.
Okay, it's an interesting list. Thank you.
Voice. 4 Unified Will in the main board.
Oh wow. Okay, this is a different deck.
Yeah, this is like proper ban aggro. And
Oh, he's showing us his hand very neatly. That's good. It's pity I wasn't actually looking. Whoops.
There's a Hallowed Fountain in there.
There was a Hallowed Fountain. That's a card I recognise. He's got a Voice of Resurgence and Mystery Rainforest. So he's got his mana sorted. Burn?
Yeah.
Is it Naya Burn or is it?
It's Botters. Well, this usual straight.
Okay, I'm just going to call it Burn. We don't have to be specific. So it counts 20 dot deck. Okay. So what anti-burn tech does the Coco player have main deck? 'Cause
3 Kitchen Finks in the main board.
Cool.
Core Fireworker, Firewalker, and Burrington Forge Tender in the sideboard. There's also a Meddling Mage in the sideboard.
Which is used because you can name Boris Charm with that, or you can name Bolt, or...
One Scavenging Ooze.
Skews will probably come in anyway.
There's 2 Ensnaring Bridge in the Burn sideboard, 3 Path. There's a Core Firewalker as well.
Destructive Revelries in the sideboard.
I don't think it's going to be much.
His own Core Firewalker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So turn 1 Grim Lavamancer, faces turn to 1 tap Hallowed Fountain.
Yeah.
So Grim Lavamancer is not the ideal 1-drop, but it is going to put Ed to 19.
Especially without a fetch.
Where is 1 fetch?
It's going to go to 15.
Is that 15?
Yeah, fetch.
Yeah, it is.
Shock.
Yeah. Still,
he's got an idol on his hands.
I mean, you've run that out, right?
Yeah, you run it out.
You don't play any more spells, you just kill your opponent with Grim Lavamancer, discarding to hand size.
There's a Rift Bolt and a Searing Blaze, and a Skullcrack in Joe's hands.
Skullcrack's a pretty useful card.
There's a lot going on in Ed's hand. I think you just run out the Voice, take the 2, and then you have a blocker that's decent at least.
You get 2 spells for the price of 1 ready with Voice.
Yeah.
and you can't just sit there doing nothing. But you are going to have to find an answer to the Eidolon pretty quick.
This is pretty good for Joe still.
Oh, he's got Searing Blaze in his hand.
Yeah, land, blaze, kill the token with the Lavamancer.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to kill it straight away. You can just leave that one.
Unless you could get more damage with the Eidolon, actually.
And you can just attack with the Eidolon right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going straight
Suspend
into the
Rift Bolt
red
then?
I don't mind suspending Rift Bolt. Because, I mean, even if what's the worst case scenario is your opponent's going to play, 2 creatures next turn. And
I mean,
the bolt will then kill the Rift Bolt anyway, and you've still got your Grim Lavamancer around. I mean, I know you lose a point of damage that way, but it's not the end of the world.
So we are 13.
So yeah, he is going to suspend the Rift Bolt.
It's 12. See, the burn player has done more damage to himself than his opponent.
He has. But at some point he's going to change that, I'm sure.
Yeah. What looks good here for Ed?
Nothing. Like, none of his spells match up particularly well against what is on the board.
Oh, fetch, go to 12.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the only thing that's sort of a crumb of comfort for him is it looks like Joe's not got that much in the way of cards left. What is that? 1 card in hand?
He's got, yeah.
Or is
one
it just
card in
a
hand.
very neat stack of cards?
No, it's just a Skullcrack.
Yeah. So that means if he can find like a Kitchen Finks or something from somewhere, and it doesn't get Skullcracked,
yeah.
Then I mean, even just
You'll
having
still
2
take 2
bodies.
for casting it, right?
Yeah, he will.
So you're not really getting any life off of it.
Does he have Path's main deck?
No,
Yeah.
not that I can see. He has 2 Fiend Hunters and 3 Spell Callers.
Yeah. Okay. So the turn 2 Eidolon's probably going to carry this game all the way. Ghostess and Traft comes down, and that seems real questionable.
I mean, it gets the block Eidolon.
Sure. Wouldn't you rather just have another voice, which he has a second voice to do that? I guess it doesn't get Rift Bolted, but
Yeah.
Bolt was probably going to face anyway. And it is 2 bodies, I guess, on the attack, which means that's quite a substantial punch back. That's a really big clock.
I'm thinking Joe's on 10. I'm gonna, when they're sideboarding, I'm gonna go and make sure they move the dice over a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, it's a respectable amount of damage coming back. It will be 3 damage from the token. Maybe more if he plays a couple of creatures out. Plus 4 from the Angel. Plus the 2 from the Ghostess and Traft.
Yeah.
That's a 2-turn clock.
You can just kill the elemental now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh, but he probably has to do that because of the Geist. Okay, so he is going to preserve his life total and throw away the Ghost, which is a bit of a shame.
Never an Eidolon.
Oh boy.
So that worked out completely favourably for Joe.
Yeah, Joe's super happy with this. He's going to probably run away with this.
So there's 2 Silver Spirits, Spellcaller, Voice of Resurgence. I don't know.
He's got the spell quality. He can probably ambush the Eidolon.
Blue card, is that?
Unified Will?
I think so. Oh. Move the dice.
I'll go out there now and ask them to shift it down. Talk about Unified Will.
Basically, Unified Will's a counter spell for if you're ahead on the board. It helps you stay ahead on the board, which usually the Bancoco deck does fairly well. Between Spellcaller and Fiend Hunter, it's usually to get your creatures underneath something, or their creatures underneath something. This looks to be the burn player's game. There's not really a lot you can do with 4 life and underneath an Eidolon.
Playing expensive spells? Collected Company?
Yep, especially when Gribble Armament is about to shock you in the face as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that was over fast.
Yeah.
Well, Forge Tender and Core Firewalker are probably going straight in.
Unquestionably. Are those condemns at the back?
Yeah,
end as
it's
well?
condemns for the Death Shadow match.
I mean, they're not their best against burn, but they at least do axis removal.
No, I'll probably just side in Scavenging Ooze, Firewalker, Forge Tender, and the 2 Meddling Mages.
Okay.
Meddling Mages just save you a little bit of life.
Mm-hmm. Will that lead to burn spell at some point, or
I'll take out the Knights.
yeah, probably.
I think Geist is fine.
I mean, I think Geist is
Voice
actually
is-
quite good there.
Voice is fine.
It
I
threatens.
might just take out the
a
4
ton of
Unified
damage.
Will. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, probably actually, because
Kind of slow,
he's
and
not
you
as
don't
big.
always have exactly
Yeah.
more than your opponent.
which Gideon has he got?
Gideon, there's no Gideon. Oh, there's Gideon. No, that's Adlon of Rhetoric.
Oh, there you go. I mean, that's not the worst in the matchup. It blocks all of Burn's creatures really well, and it stops them like bursting you down out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's...
It might be better than a card in the main deck. It's not like
The thing is,
a
Adlon
gotcha.
of Rhetoric's 3 mana. By the time you've got to the 3rd turn, they've already cast most of the 2 spells a turn spells, and they can easily just do
I mean,
one
it's
on their turn.
pretty good against
because-
Riftbolt.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see it later. It's not on the sideboard for the matchup, but it might be better than a main deck card.
Yeah. A fair few people in the chat.
Talkative as ever.
Yep. Lots of mad banter in this chat.
It is better than other channels which have just you can't read the track because there's just people spamming Kappa. The Kappa emote just. Whereas these people are having a refined and mature discussion.
Yeah.
And no one says anything because they're all.
I never get
considering
it.
their
What is it
responses
with the
carefully.
whole like Kappa spamming in chat in random Twitch chats, and it's particularly in like card games and Blizzard games.
And Dota games.
Hi.
Hi, Thrifty Jenny. You're busy listening. Oh, to our enlightening discussion about the Capri, mate.
What does it even mean?
Don't try to understand it. It is just cancer.
I think I can understand cancer. I don't understand Kappa.
We could go to urbandictionary.com and find. Oh, I've just promoted a website. I'm fired.
It's fine.
So Joe's finished shuffling up his representatives deck, just waiting for Ed to do the same.
Oh, right. Oh, that's great. Well, he won the first game. If he wins the second, he'll have won the round. He seems to be doing well.
He'll.
I think that's probably that's why Joe pulled out his phone at the beginning of the round, isn't it? To text you and be like, "I'm on the stream, wife. I'm on TV."
Is that a no land hand?
Yeah, it's a no-land
that's a
hand.
mulligan. What have we got on the other side?
Gaffney Township and a forest and a birds and voice Burton Forge Tender and I think a knight.
Okay, you're playing burn here. Do you bolt the bird?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
That is a good hand. A bit of white mana would be good if.
There you go, presenting it. And it's focused. Yeah, we got that. You don't always bolt the bird.
Most of the time.
Okay, do you dismember the bird?
Yes.
That's aggressive. This looks like a better hand. I think it's keepable.
I mean, if you don't contain the situation, they play more spells than you per turn, then you end up taking the damage later anyway. So
it looks like he's got 2 lands, a lightning bolt. Was that 3 lands?
it's 3 lands.
Oh.
It's a Bloodstained Mire, a...
Yeah,
Take
looks like he
advantage.
wants to put it back. I mean, I know it's a 3 land hand, but...
No, you don't path the bird. That's pointless. In the upkeep.
No. You don't
No,
path the
you
hierarch,
exile
you path the
Simeon's-
Glistener Elf.
You exile Simeon's Spirit Guide, Desperate Ritual, Burning of Zinni.
Wow. I have no
Turn
hand.
1
but
Goblin Guide.
I got your
Reveals a Flooded Strand.
value.
Takes 2.
So Joe's probably not favoured to win here. He's had to keep a sketchy 5 land hand.
Against what is quite a fast hand from Ed.
Yeah. It's going to make it quite hard to counter 20. He's also got, he does have Ensnaring Bridge though. So that's going to... like
Mulligan into Snaring Bridge. Yes, the plays.
I mean, that's great. Like,
It is. The Forge Tender will make life a little bit hard, but it should be alright.
also, Noble Hierarch can attack into Ensnaring Bridge the whole time.
Yep.
The fact that he's got Path and Ensnaring Bridge means that he can play a slower game and just slowly draw burn spells and win. I've still got to give some kind of edge to the Coco list in this situation.
Yeah, I can't imagine he sided in the Reclamation Sages.
Ensnaring Bridge is quite a common burn sideboard card. I mean,
Not everyone does it though.
no, because
There's
it's an
only like a
expensive
2
card and burn is a budget deck. The correct number is like 2 Ensnaring Bridge. Joe is disagreeing with me about whether Hierarch can attack. It can, because it attacks as a 0 and then gets the Exalted trigger.
And he's going in for 1. No, the Emphasis Melee, the Forge Tender.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rex Sage also kills Abnum.
that's a good reason for it to come in, actually.
Yeah.
What do you think of the burn list that have been playing no Eidolons and have been playing Shrine of Burning Rage instead?
That is a big mistake, in my opinion. I've played with Shrine a fair bit, and I don't like it. It's too slow.
I mean, it is slow, but you could play a slow burn game.
I don't want to play a slow burn game.
I know you want to
Usually
count to 20 as quickly as possible.
Well,
Usually,
yeah,
but
usually
that's
the
your game
longer
one
you
strat.
take, the more your opponent has a chance to stabilize. So, like, you're giving your opponent more time to find the tools they need to get out.
Path the Forge Tender.
I think he's just like, you know what, I don't care. I'm just going to sit here behind my cage.
Okay, so
prevent
did
damage from.
he
Goblin.
he sacked it to prevent the damage. Okay, so he didn't get the extra land. He's got quite a few already.
It's a destructive reveille in Cowley's hand as well.
Okay, that's another card that's not looking terribly good right now. Doesn't have a legal target for it.
Township. And here comes a knight. It does look like if this is Snowbridge lands, it's going to really do some work. Like,
yeah.
And that's a 4/4 attack from Voice of Resurgence.
Oh god, yeah, double hierarch. Ugh.
Oh, wait, wrong way around. Oops.
You're used to the burn pleb doing damage. He's not.
Oh, there's a bridge.
Hashtag things Joe didn't say.
And Ed's immediately just gone. There was actually quite a bit of time for like Ed to find a Rex Edge.
Okay. Joe said that if
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I now understand your joke.
Doesn't make it any worse.
Thank you for explaining to me.
Oh, Kitchen Finks gain 2 life. Go to 19. Hope that it stabilises me.
That Goblin Guide is an excellent blocker for all these hierarchs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not actually because there's 2 of them. Like, so it's kind of coming. It's a 2/3. And this is why Noble Hierarch is an expensive card and Arbor Elf is not.
Why is the Voice of Resurgence tapped?
You didn't chord it. You can't attack with it. Oh no, you can attack with it because there's 3 cards in hand still.
I didn't see the second card in hand.
I'm surprised that he didn't bolt one of the hierarchs in response to, like, before attackers were declared, or because at this point you're not going to be able to burst down like with just by gathering a critical mass of burn spells.
No.
Like, this is a tough
he
spot.
he needs to kill a Noble Hierarch anyway, just to.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Taps out to play bridge. I'll need to stop the Reliquary, Knight of the Reliquary from attacking, I guess.
He's just going to Skullcrack. Yes, you may have a token. My claim plan resolves. I'm not going around not having you attacking. I assume he's going to bolt a Hierarch just because. Oh no.
It's getting spell quality.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
You now know that your opponent's got no cards in hand and the coast is pretty clear. Oh, okay.
Where's that going?
Face.
Wow. I do not agree with that. Like, you're on an appreciable clock. Like, this Birds of Paradise is just going to keep coming in for 2.
16. Need to record life.
I mean, if you're going to go to face with Bolt, you just go to the Spell Queller and you get the Skullcrack to face. Like, okay.
So it's going to be 2. I wonder what he's thinking about.
Wait, have we got their life totals the wrong way around?
No, they're the
we
right
are.
way around.
Okay, they're the right way around. Good.
Oh, it's on 6.
It's 6. So Joey's in trouble here.
Pretty much. It's okay, there'll be another game. Destructive revelry.
Yeah.
Re-
But if he's smart, Ed won't ever give him a target for it.
Nah.
So that's 4. So 2 turn clock now.
15.
I mean, I think that lightning bolt should have gone to one of the noble hierarchs.
Yeah.
Bought him so much more time. Like, that's so many extra draw steps in which to draw more lightning bolts. But Magic is a difficult game. I make misplays of greater magnitude on a fairly regular basis.
He's gonna blow up his own ensnaring bridge, I know it.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Like, if you take yourself out on your own terms. There's a lava spike. I'll obviously go face. No other choice for that.
Cowley doesn't have any forked bolts or fork bolts. No, there's really not a lot in the sideboard for this match, but there usually isn't. Down to 1. Actually, you can just activate Township. You can just kill him now.
Yeah, he's doing that.
Dead.
That is dead. Alright. So, we're tied up 1-1, going to a deciding game 3.
Do you just stick with the same sideboard plan for both?
I don't think there's a lot you can change in the burn deck at this point. Maybe he takes out the disruptive revelries. Like, was he expecting like Nightfall combo or something? Like, what was he expecting out of
He could have.
the Mount Coco deck? Or was he expecting like ley lines? Or I don't know. I think you
can
make,
expect a lane line or retreating to Karaham.
but I think having seen nothing, like, you might think about taking them out because he had one rotting in his 5-card hand the entire time.
Yeah. You could start in Deflecting Palm if you're a bit ambitious.
Oh, I love Deflecting Palm.
Yeah, there's
Such a
2.
good card.
Knight is quite big. Voice gets quite big.
Yeah, voice tokens are huge. Yeah, I actually like the Deflecting Palm plan. I'm all in on that. I remember that standard where you had Deflecting Palm and
Dictate the twin gods.
Dictate, yeah, the twin gods. So you just hold up 7 mana, and then like your opponent does anything to you, and you just reflect it back and double it and double it. So, would winning I think winning this match will probably lock up one of these players for top 8. It's not guaranteed.
No, not yet.
Oh, you know, because
It's
we've got so
round
many
3.
players. We've got so many players.
Yeah, we're
haven't
having
we?
6 rounds today.
So
If it was 5 rounds...
If it was 5 rounds, yeah.
Yeah, there'll be
They'll-
like
they'll- but they'll
3
probably-
ID. So they probably need to win 1 more round and then ID twice. It should be fine.
Yeah.
4
Either
0
way,
2.
a big match again. So Joe will be on the play again this match, and that's a big advantage for the mono red deck off the
Yeah.
burn deck.
Hopefully he doesn't have to mulligan down to 5 again.
That would be sad for him. This looks...
Sort of spear, spike, blaze, stomping ground. I think that's a bloodstained mire. It's got black on
I think it is. Yeah, I think he's got 2 lands, which is
Lightning
the one every
bolts.
once.
Seems good.
And he snapped
That's
that
to
off.
18. And I'm pretty sure we can see Ed go to 19.
He's just going to fire for a spike here, right? No, he's got a
Swiss
Swiss Spear. Okay. No, he does have the 1-drop creature. I mean, he hopes that Ed plays a mana dork so he can just land Searing Blazer and
Yeah.
get in for...
Crunching for 5.
Yeah. But I don't think Ed can not play the mana dork.
No.
So what do we have in Ed Bull's hand this time? Do we have any
Plain
kind of... So he has thrown down the Noble Hierarch. He didn't look terribly happy about it. So yeah. Crack the fetch. Go.
We get the Sacred Foundry now.
Yeah, you want at least 1 white source for your Boros Charms.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a Searing Blaze. Like, almost certainly.
Yeah. Textbook plays.
You're preemptively adjusting his life
I
total.
preemptively like typed in. Oh, it comes up straight away.
It does, yeah. No, his life total is not yet 13.
It's not 13 yet, but close to it.
You assume that Joe is going to make the correct play.
I think so. He seems
Yes,
like he knows what he's doing.
He's made the correct play.
Yeah.
And he remembered his prowess trigger, so he's going to go crashing in.
Yeah.
And now you can play the 13.
Ta-da!
Good prediction, Max.
I know how to do lands and spells.
The Destructive Revelry stayed in. He's got one in hand. I'm not sure I like that.
Well, there's always usually a target.
There is, but I just don't think there is this game. I think it's going to sit in
Yes.
hand again. I don't know how much it's going to matter, but...
Land.
Okay, 3rd land is fine.
Another Searing Blaze.
Yeah, that's
That's
real.
going to feel real rough.
Yeah. Searing Blaze is one of those funny cards that is quite often terrible. But this today it feels pretty good.
So Ed's going to take 9 this turn. With
Yes.
4. Not 14, 4.
Yeah, four
That
is
feels
a
bad.
low
There's a
life
lightning
total.
bolt right in.
Oh,
Like,
and he's got to crack that fetch at some point if he wants to play his Coco, which I don't know if he even has. He's dead.
no, this is.
Right, this is a win for Joe. Burn has done its thing.
Yeah.
Like if he wants to play his spell queller he's got in hand, he has to go to
and you're
Bolt Rage.
dead. Unless he just tries to like randomly shoot the lightning bolt.
Well, he's got to queller the lightning bolt.
He has to stick the collar in front of the Swiss spear anyway.
Yeah, okay, he's dead. But there's no way for him to win.
It's okay, Thrifty Jenny. He got there.
So in a minute we'll have confirmation. Joe Cowley is going to move to 3 and 0-0, and Ed is going to go to.
Oh, kitchen finks. Never mind.
Oh, that's about the best.
Didn't see that in hand.
I think he may have ripped that off the top.
I think he's still dead. Oh no, there's a destructive revelry.
No, he's not just dead unless that middle. Oh, that middle card's an Eidolon. Oh god. Yeah, he's super dead.
It's 2.
So the Swiftspear doesn't actually get to attack him, but also Ed doesn't get to play any more spells ever.
Yeah. No more magic for you. You can play Collected Company if you can find a land that you don't have to fetch.
It's fine.
Oh, look, a lightning helix.
I mean, is it actually correct to attack with both creatures here to put them to 1?
No, you just fire the lightning helix.
Yeah, you do.
Douche.
Do you have a counterspell? I mean, he does actually.
But it won't save you.
No.
I'll go out on my own terms.
Spell Quellerate. And there's the handshake. Joe Cowley does progress to 3 now. Ed will fall to 2 and 1. Let's see if you can grab one of them. I think we'll try and get Joe in here if we can. See if we can talk about his deck and the game and things. Might get both. You never know. Pot luck. Going to have to fill some airtime again. Just me by myself in a room. I'll do the usual cop out and promote upcoming streams again. Tomorrow's stream, it's going to be with Alec Baker and David Lincoln. They'll be streaming X-Wing Escalation, starting around 11 o'clock. Coming up is the Athena Games Ixalan pre-release. We'll have 6 pre-releases over the weekend, and on Saturday the 23rd, George Marriott, John May and Jamie Rodriguez will be streaming sort of a big 6-round pre-release. We usually get sort of 40 to 50 people for that. It's well worth coming along. It's a great event. In fact, all the pre-releases that weekend are great. It's one of the best ways to get into Magic if you're just starting out. Anyway, players are just sorting out their sideboards, signing the match slips. Got 12 minutes left on the round. We'll be bringing you round 4 of this event quite soon. At some point, we might start getting news in from some of the outer tables to see what the other people who are on 2-0 managed this round. So as we can see, the Reclamation Sages did come in that matchup. Just couldn't find them in time. Sideboarding was in fact exactly as Max expected. Although the Eidolon of Wrestler did come in as I predicted. Looks like Joe's going to head on in. I'm afraid, Jenny, it is not an especially nice room. There is no window. There is 1970s wood panelling on the wall. I believe at one point in its history it used to be a smoking room off the sort of disused bar that is being used for storage at the moment here in Athena Games. Athena Games used to be a working man's club, and it kind of shows at the moment. I'm sure Jamie has long-term plans to completely rip out and redecorate this place, and it'll be brilliant when he does, but at the moment it's too big a building to do anything with. It's huge. but you deal with what you got.
Was there any audio on film?
On table? No.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like we've got at least one person coming in.
In the stock room going, oh, it's streaming loud.
Nope. Just go through there.
Oh, okay.
Hey, take a seat on
So
the
many
sofa.
things.
Many things happen. Commiserations.
Yeah, I think it's.
Hey, yeah.
What?
Your wife is in the chat.
Yes, I
Yeah,
imagine she
she's like
is.
cheering you on, like, it's so tense!
Come have a seat.
Yeah. Are we going on camera? Do I have to look pretty or not?
You don't have to look pretty.
Oh, good. We are on
There you
camera.
are. You're on
Huzzah.
camera. If you. Yeah.
Good.
All right. Talk us through that then. Like, how do you feel like a Bank Coco matchup is for you usually?
It's quite draw dependent. So if you like in game 3 there, I had the creature, the right kind of number of lands, the right number of spells kind of to hit
Had
critical
two
mass.
Searing Blades to kill both his mana dorks. You monster.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that thinking
Alright.
this is pretty good. Yeah, that's what those spells do. But sometimes it's more a case of when you don't have the stuff, they can really overwhelm you, and spell quite is such a blowout that it can be difficult to get tempo, especially with the number of mana dorks. It can be quite difficult, but it's generally speaking, I say, a favourable matchup, but it's not one I've played a lot of, so it can be difficult.
I think it's the same. Draw dependent. No mana dorks. It's not great. I think game 2, I had no mana dork, but I'm like, Forge Tender, yes, keep. Put this down. Draw dependent. It's if I can go quick enough, get out in front. I don't care. Eidolon is a pain in the neck because although there's Rex Sage, Meddling Mage, I also got a couple of Fiend Hunters main board, which kind of clear the path for me there. But get out a sort of an early Eidolon after having cleared the way with the burn spells from the mana dorks. It just becomes a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
But 2/3 flying exalted birds for the win, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah. How glad are you that you splashed out for the Hierarchs rather than settling for the budget Arbor Elf option?
There's an Arbor Elf option. No, I think it was. You need them, especially in Ban. You can't not have the blue, and because I'm slightly more heavily blue, you need it there. You can't just go 4 birds and some elves.
yeah.
Like the other main decks, elves. And it's just like green.
Exotic
Oh,
helps a lot.
Especially past Ensnaring Bridge.
Yeah.
Because I have no cards in hand. I will hit you for 2 with my bird.
Yeah. You'd be surprised that's not the first time I've died to an exalted bird through a bridge. So
It's quite good.
yeah.
Okay.
Have the chat. Are the chat watching now? Are there any questions or not? Is there anyone on chat?
There's a few people. Let's see how many people we've got in right now.
I can see my wife. Hi, Jen.
Yeah.
Bottom left, next to the wheel.
There you go. There's not many
So there's a
people.
fair few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Anything that you'd have done differently with the Bant rubbish that I wasn't running?
Why no retreats?
Oh yeah. Why not Nightfall combo? You got the knights. haven't you?
That's what I thought. That was one of the reasons I brought in the Destructive Reveries. I brought it in because I wasn't sure about. It seemed like a game. It seemed like a deck where you could have had ley lines. So I thought I've got to bring in 2 as a hedge plus Nightfall.
I think it. So I haven't actually played Magic for about 6 months at the moment. So I'm aware of Coral Helm. I tried it and built it once and played a few FNMs, but it was just like it's kind of not my style. I could easily go, Viscera Seer and Redcap. It's like, no, I'm going to build an army.
So you like winning through good old-fashioned honest combat.
It just beat them on the face rather than going, I'm going to flicker this with my Viscera Seer about 10 times and you're going to die. Where's the fun in that? It's just like, gotcha. Gonna beat you to the face.
Your opponent was a burn player. He likes counting to 20.
It's primary school maths at times.
Any other questions? doesn't look like it.
Joe tried. All right, which matchups are you hoping to dodge? I've been asking the question.
What am I hoping to dodge? Yeah, you go first, mate. I'm thinking.
So I've had 6 months out. So far, I ran straight into Death Shadow, which was okay, and then it was the mountain thing, Scape Shift.
Yeah.
That was okay eventually. So more of the same because I've beat them. Less burn.
Less burn.
Less burn. I think.
Yeah. One thing I'm hoping to dodge, I came up against it twice at the GP, and the same thing happened both times at GP Birmingham. Abzan. So game 1, I run him over. Game 2, collective brutality, scavenging ooze.
Yeah.
And it's even lingering souls just makes my life difficult. So there's quite a lot there that they've got a lot of tech that just naturally defeats me. So I'm hoping to dodge that. If anyone's still running Green Red Tron, that'd be great if I could get paired against them. But I mean, Black Green. Obviously they have collective brutality and push now, but it's still, I don't know, Green Tron's still kind of my favourite thing to play against.
Athena Games is quite a bit of Tron in the meta, I think, generally.
There's
a few people.
Well, roll the dice for the next round, see what we get.
No idea, we'll find out. Good.
How long have we got on the rounds? We have... Why am I looking there?
Yeah, unfortunately our game's over pretty quick, even though it went to 3 games.
We've got about 4 minutes left in the round, so...
Okay.
Fair. Good.
Well, thanks for coming in and having a chat with us, guys.
Thank you.
No,
Anything else
thanks
you'd
very
like
much.
to say? Where you guys usually play from?
So I'm currently now based up in Manchester. I haven't really played since going to Manchester, hence sort of the 9 months out, because their scene is standard and EDH, which is not my thing. Previously it was sort of Nottinghamshire, but I actually started playing Magic at Athena, so yeah. While I was at university, so
Very nice. I'm from Ipswich, so Ivory Goat Games is about less than a mile from my house, so that's where I tend to go for a lot of stuff. And then we're quite close to Extreme Trades in Colchester as well. So some of our guys are here with their Extreme shirts on today. So
okay, well, thanks for coming to Athena.
Yes,
wonderful.
Yes, really good shop.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Grand. Thank you.
Cheers.
No worries.
Excellent.
Take care. Good luck in the next round, guys.